to Knoxville. So at midnight last night, I got on the plane and I slept about 3 hours. So I am sparkly light. But delighted to be here. It's good to see you.
Absolutely. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Right.
So delighted to share the stage with
Happy to
you.
be here.
You can have my phone. Go ahead.
So one of my oldest friends, and a business associate who I call ugly, and he called me Peapod because we're so much alike. We majors, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And we haven't seen each other in probably maybe 8, 10 years. And when I walked in the room, we looked at each other, and I went, ugly people. Anyway, delighted to see all of you. Thank you.
No, it's great. It's great for you to be here with us. And it's a great story right here in Lee Majors and some of the best friendships. You know, it doesn't matter how long of a distance there is between seeing each other. As soon as you see each other, it's like you snap right back into it.
You go right to the middle of the sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? The fact is that seeing somebody like Lee, all of a sudden there's a lot of gratitude about things he did. Basically, you know, when Lee and I were hanging together, he had just left Farrah and they'd just broken up, and Pat McCormick and I had just done the first Smoking the Band, and Lee was a big fan of Pat and I together. He said, "We got to keep that going." We did three Smoking the Bandits, but in the meantime, when that was all over and that party was over, we said, no, come on to the Fall Guy. And he brought us on the Fall Guy as semi-regulars and introduced me to his producer, who was Glenn Larson, and wound up putting a deal together where I co-wrote a movie of the week called Rooster for Pat and I. That was co-produced with Glenn Larson, all put together by Lee Majors, and I don't think I ever thanked him when he did it. When I saw him today, I discovered, hold on a second, I found all this gratitude, and I think it's yours, I think, because he was such an advocate and so generous. And, you know, you get a little older, and 34 years sober, so, you know, the ego's been tracked down a little bit, a little healthier. And in those days, I was a little crazy. I mean, I had way too much fun.
You were with a lot of fun people. I mean, you got to make films with Burt Reynolds. And, I mean, it must have been a wild time.
Oh my God, Smoking the Bandit 1, 2, and even worse. Yeah. And they were a vacation to make and a job to watch. It's just really interesting to watch those films because it's like somebody else is using our bodies. We're there, but we're kind of not. And just, you know, and to be around Burt and Sally, Burt and Sally were, I think, falling in love when we did the first Smoking the Bandit. And there's an energy about, I mean, these are two amazing stars. And Burt is such a good actor. I think so much better than what he got credit for, you know. But he was the consummate star. And Burt Reynolds loved being Burt Reynolds. Of course, I would have loved being Paul Williams, you know. But he loved being a movie star. And there was a wonderful energy that he and Sally had separately. But to see the two of them and reshooting, I think some of the magic of that movie comes from just what was going on with the two of them. It was very kind of just a teenager in love, sort of. But
real chemistry kind of came through off screen and on screen. That's amazing. You've had a great career. I mean, from acting to music. I wanted to ask you, you know, being from Omaha, Nebraska, were you part of a musical family? Did you come from a musical family growing up?
You know what? I'm having a little
No problem.
because we don't have a longer up here.
You're right, we don't.
We don't have a longer up here.
I was asking if you come from a musical family.
You know what? After the fact, I mean, I was one of those, a construction grad. My dad was a builder. I went to 9 schools by the time I was in the 9th grade, and I sang for my father. He would give me up, and my dad was a hardcore drinker, a sentimental alcoholic. He would give me up in the middle of the night to sing for him, to sing Danny Boy. He drank with a fellow construction worker named Ike McShane, and he would get you up in the middle of the night to sing Danny Boy for Ike McShane, who hated me. Ike McShane, the last thing Ike McShane wanted was to hear some gnome sing Danny Boy at 1 in the morning. He was getting quietly fried, you know. And it amazing me to think back about that because my dad never saw that. You know, there's certain blinders that we put on when we're drinking and we're using, and both my brothers, alcohol, all of us alcoholics, all of us sober, and my older, and at any rate, I sang when I was a kid. My dad was killed in a single car wreck, alcohol related when I was 13. I was shipped off to live with an aunt and uncle that I had never met, and my connection and desire to sing went away. And all I wanted was to be an actor. A good therapist would say, "You wanted to be somebody else." I said, "Maybe, maybe." But in my life, no, it was a gift. I mean, I did a couple movies. I did a movie called The Loved One, and John Winters about the funeral business. A very strange movie. And then just like that, 2 years later, I got another movie called The Chase. And in that movie, I was sharing a dressing room with a kid that had a nice guitar. I picked it up and he says, "Don't touch that. That's a marble." He said, "I didn't know they had names." And what's the brand? You know? So I went out and I bought a little guitar and I started doodling. I couldn't play other people's songs, so I began doodling. We were shooting a scene with Robert Redford as an escaped convict hiding in a junkyard that is on fire. Us teenagers have set fire to this junkyard. And shooting long scenes and nights with Marlon Brando and Robert Redford, Jane Fonda, Robert Duvall. This amazing cast. There was a lot of just sitting around. So we're sitting there and they're shooting this burning junkyard with Bubba, the character Robert Redford plays, is hiding in the junkyard. And just off the top of my head, I had my little guitar and I went, "Bubba, Bubba, Bubba, come on, wherever you are. Oh, we're gonna come in and get you. Yes, we're gonna come in." And Robert Duvall was walking by. And he stopped me. He said, "What is that?" I said, "It's a guitar." "It is what, isn't it?" He said, "No, not the guitar." He said, "What were you singing?" I said, I made it up." He would "Come with me." And he walked me over to Arthur Penn, the director, who had just done the story of, oh my God, the name is gone out of my, it doesn't matter. A huge film about the deaf and blind girl that, Helen Keller. Exactly. Um, Anyway, the big director, and she said, "Show him." I said, "No, it's a guitar." I just raised it, not the guitar. "Show him what you were singing." I'm like, "Bub, I thought I was in trouble. Bubba, 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 no, whatever you want." And he put it in the movie. He said, light the fire, stand over here by the barbed wire." He shot it. He put me on the back of the little deuce coupe we were riding around in. He shot it there, and it's in the movie. It's like the universe. I mean, no is a gift. It's like the universe was saying to me, "You know what? This is what you should do. This is what you need to do." And just like that, 2 years later, I started writing a song. I mean, it was like, I'm a slower learner of it, but so it's a really long answer about the fact that there was music. Now, oddly enough, my younger brother, 6 years younger than me, his name was Mentor Williams. He died. He was sober on the same sober birthday as me, 12 years apart. But he could not quit smoking, and he killed me. "If you smoke, please stop." He died at 70. But when he was about 22, he came out to California. I was having the beginnings of my success. I had hits for the Carpenters and 309. I wrote "We're Going to Speak on Mondays and Mondays," and "All I Stay Without You," "Old Fashioned Love Song," "Family Man," "Out in the Country for $3 night." Things were cooking. And my little brother was like, I'm going to be a songwriter too. So I got him I had a deal with A&M Records, which was Herb Elmer's company. And I got my little brother a 6-month deal. And he started writing these kind of rockabilly songs for 6 months, listening to the radio and going and writing and nothing. At the end of 6 months, his little contract was time to move out of your office. He had a little office 2 doors down from me. And the story, I love telling the story about my brother because it's all about authenticity. Because my little brother on a Saturday, knowing that he was going to have to clean up his office on Monday, went into to sit in that office. And it was pouring rain on him. A&M Records was at the old Chapel movie lot. My little brother goes in and the lot's empty. It's pouring rain out. And he sits there and he's totally confused. He's just like, what am I doing wrong? I listen to this stuff. I write stuff that's like it. I don't get it. And he grabbed a pad of the yellow paper and a pen and he wrote, day after day I'm more confused. Yes. Raining out. So he goes, get a look for the light in the pouring rain. You start to recognize it. You know that's a game that I hate to lose. I'm counting on you to carry me. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I want to get lost in your mind, roll and drift. He wrote Drift Away. Wrote words to music. Obviously, they did not drop his contract on Monday. On Monday, they went, hello. Welcome to A&M Records. And it's a great story about authenticity because most of us who, especially from my brother, and I think for myself, when the whole history gun was the #1 record, Karen singing it. The #1 album in the country was in a God Defeated. I mean, you couldn't get any further away from what was happening than what Roger and I were writing. But we wrote from the center of our chest and people related to it. It's just, I'm nothing but grateful because all the things I didn't get were like navigational nudges. And it was like, you know what? Yeah, just look over here and just keep doing what you love.